Hello and welcome to the ISDA AGM studio. We're delighted to be joined by two participants from this year's ISDA Future Leaders in Derivatives programme. Nikita Cotton, Senior Associate, Morgan Lewis and Bockius. Claire Gerrand, Senior Research Leader, D2 Legal Technology. So Nikita, the ISDA Future Leader programme is in the final stages of developing a new white paper that explores the intersection of digital assets and the derivatives markets. So can you give us a brief snapshot of this year's paper's findings?
Sure. The paper analyzes the state of institutional adoption of digital assets in the derivatives market and the structural and operational barriers that remain to more widespread usage. Um, for example, those barriers include technical settlement infrastructure, prudential regulatory capital treatment for digital assets, and also collateral regulatory frameworks. The paper is significant because we really wanted to stay away from becoming a policy advocacy piece. The point was to create something that market participants can reference today to expand their usage of digital assets.
Wonderful. Okay, great. And then coming to you, Claire, the shift to digital assets, it clearly presents opportunities, but what issues need to be clarified?
The paper covers a wide range of topics, but I'll touch on three key issues. First, we'd like more clarity on collateral eligibility. So tokenized collateral can make collateral management faster, easier to reuse, easy to liquidate under stress, but it doesn't make the underlying assets good collateral necessarily by itself. And so what would be useful to see from the industry and from regulators is guidance on eligibility frameworks, on liquidation mechanics, on haircuts, as that applies to tokenized forms. The second point is, I think, standardization would be really important to see clarity on how the industry will build common legal and operational building blocks to avoid recreating fragmentation on-chain that we now see in traditional markets. So in that case, we want to see things like netting opinions specific to digital assets. We would also seeing the use of standard representations of smart contract and on-chain lifecycle events, and as well seeing common legal standards and agreements for delivery mechanics, for settlement, for custody. And then I think finally, we'd like to see more legal clarity in the way that existing frameworks apply to their tokenized equivalent form. So we're seeing a lot of regulators trend towards same risk, same regulation frameworks, but there are novel risks that distributed ledger technology can introduce, like settlement finality. In those cases, we need the industry and regulators to come together and apply and clarify how existing rules will apply to these new forms of assets.
Fantastic. And then a question for both of you, but first to yourself, Nikita. So as well as working on the paper, you've also participated in a number of the Future Leader training sessions and have had the opportunity to work with peers from around the world. So how have you found the experience, and would you recommend the ISDA Future Leader program to others?
I would absolutely recommend the program to anyone in the future. It's been wonderful. The support that ISDA has given us, we've gotten training workshops, obviously access to ISDA's very many subject experts, networking opportunities. Those have all been really professional highlights of it. The program has given us the opportunity to work with whole different swaths of people that I wouldn't normally get the opportunity to work with. As an attorney myself, it's also been valuable insight into the kind of issues that my clients are facing on the business side that we don't necessarily always get into in the day-to-day. So it's been a great opportunity.
It's wonderful. And to yourself, Claire?
I would 100% recommend it. The leadership training courses that they've done have really helped me build my own personal brand and my communication skills and manage both up and down. I've also found that, like being here at the ISDA AGM, that you learn so much more when you exit out of your particular field of interest and you are able to connect with professionals from across the derivatives industry. So I would recommend it to any young professional in this industry. Thank you.
Thank you.